back. It is getting closer and closer to the official start of the autumn season, which is my personal favorite season of the entire year. So of course I like to decorate. I currently don't have my actual autumn decorations in my room. They're in my storage unit, but they will be here very soon. So I could at least have my TV background with some autumn vibes, and we've switched out Folklore for red. So we have some little touches. I made some iced coffee with the pumpkin oat milk creamer. So we have some little touches of fall here and there, and I wanted to show the Bath & Body Works haul. I'm not sure if some of the items are still available to purchase in store or online, but if they are online, I can put the link in the description box below. In case you didn't know, I love candles, and I have a pretty big collection of the seasonal candles, especially from Bath & Body Works. Every now and then I'll purchase candles maybe from like Home Goods or Target, but it's predominantly the Bath & Body Works candles that I buy just because they smell so good and I feel like the scent really lasts a long time. First off, my favorite scent, not just for the autumn season, but just in general that Bath & Body Works has ever made, is Leaves. It says it has golden nectar, red apple, and clove spice. This one, I can't exactly remember when they started putting it out, but ever since I at least came across this scent as a candle, I always buy it every single year, and I usually try to buy at least a few of these 3-wick candles so that I have at least one in my personal inventory, and I put it in my storage, whether it's in the garage or in my storage unit, for example, just because if in the event, let's just say Bath & Body Works decides to get rid of the scent altogether, for some strange reason, if they did that, I would at least have one to hold on to, and I probably would hardly burn it just so that I could have that scent forever, because to me, this is like the quintessential smell of autumn. It just, when I open it, it has that spice that I'm looking for. It can be definitely strong for some people if you're not into the spice, like the clove that it has in there, but that red apple, I can definitely smell it, and it's just super comforting to me. This one has just a plain like dark amber glass container, so sometimes you'll see it with different designs around it, but I just went for the one that was a solid color. Next up, we have pumpkin spice latte. I'm kind of late on the PSL game. I actually don't really order it, to be honest. I'm more of a peppermint mocha fan when it comes to holiday drinks. But this one, as a candle, it has pumpkin spice, fresh espresso, which I do really like in a candle, and whipped cream. So this one, I definitely mostly smell just like the coffee, the espresso, which I do have a few candles from Bath & Body Works with coffee, with espresso, so it's not too much different from what I'm used to. And to be honest, I don't really smell too much pumpkin, so maybe that's why I gravitated towards this one, just because it wasn't anything like too strangely artificial. But maybe if you're really wanting it to be different, not like the normal coffee scents that they normally have every single year, then maybe go for something else, like maybe Leaves or maybe something else that I have in my collection. But if you want it to be maybe more on the familiar side, this one, pretty good. Pumpkin spice latte. And this one has a nice like beige, nice coffee, solid container there. And I believe some of these I purchased when there was a sale on the 3-wick candles. Some of them I did have to purchase full price. So for example, the tags underneath the sticker, underneath the 3-wick candle. They vary. For example, Leaves, it says $26.95. They're not cheap, but they are the best 3-wick candles in my opinion. They last a long time. I can detect the smell when they burn, unlike some candles that I have gotten from other places. Next up, we have Pumpkin Clove. So this one, I was mostly drawn first to the container. It has this really cool, almost like mosaic design, almost like stained glass with kind of like a marbly effect to it. It has pumpkin, nutmeg, and clove. Very autumn related. This one kind of reminds me of when I used to work at like a fabric and crafts store years ago in college. We would get the seasonal like potpourri, different scented satchels, and it definitely reminds me of that. So it's kind of a little throwback for me. It really takes me back because I was working at that craft store for about a year, part-time in college, and I wrapped up that time as a cashier just after Thanksgiving break, right before Christmas. So that really just triggered a memory for me. Not in a bad way. It was a good experience. I liked it. If you want something that is definitely autumnal, this one compared to Leaves, let me compare the two. I should have had like something to cleanse my palette. I didn't think to have my coffee candle to cleanse it. This one I feel like is not as strong as Leaves. So if you want that autumnal smell, but maybe something that's not as strong, I would say maybe go for the Pumpkin Clove. Next up, very similar design. We have Honeycrisp Apple. I love Leaves and it has the red apple in it. So surprise, surprise, I picked up this one and I love the design. Pink is my favorite color. So we've got that mosaic, like stained glass effect once again. It's got apple, pear blossom, and clove. So this one, it's nice and sweet, but not too sweet. There can be some smells at Bath & Body Works that are just way too much and I don't buy them. But this one is a nice low risk sweetness. And I think the pear blossom goes nicely with the apple, and there's just enough clove in there that gives me the autumn vibes that I'm looking for. So this one is gonna be really nice. And it is different from the others because I feel like there's a lot of darkness sometimes when it comes to some of the scents or even some of the flavors in autumn. So for this one, not just color-wise, but the lightness of the apple and the pear, I feel like that is a nice antithesis. So that one's really nice. I have a 3-wick candle and a single wick of the same scent. So let me show you the 3-wick. It's cinnamon spiced vanilla, and it has this kind of like a matte, shiny, solid, light brown container. It has ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, and vanilla bean. This one, it is not too powerful. For those of you who are thinking it'll just be too in your face, it's on the lighter side, and it gives me baking vibes for sure. And it's almost borderline making me think of Christmas cookies. This one can be leaning on autumn and getting closer to like the winter Christmas time territory, just because it also makes me think of like making Christmas cookies. Here it was as the single, so not as fancy looking. So same exact ingredients, fresh ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, vanilla bean, and just the single wick. And same exact scent going on there. So I could probably put the little one if I wanted to, maybe closer to the bed, or sometimes I'll put the single wick near the TV because I have a lot of stuff going on with my turntable and my crystals, which I'm covering up right now. So sometimes it's nice to opt for the single wick when you don't have a lot of space, but they say it has the same exact burn time as the 3-wick candles, and they are a little bit cheaper. This one, the sticker is $17.95. Not extremely cheap, I know, but it is cheaper compared to the 3-wick, which is $26.95. So if you're on a bit of a budget, like myself right now, you might need to choose the smaller option. And last but not least, can't forget about Halloween. They had a small, very small selection of Halloween items the last time that I went, so I had to get at least something. The one that I picked up was pumpkin carving, and it has this really cool design of the pumpkins all the way around. And it even has on the lid these like vines, and oh, there's even a little spider and a spider web. Didn't see that. So this one, let's see, the ingredients: freshly carved pumpkin, spiced pumpkin seeds, smooth brown sugar with natural essential oils. And this one also is marked $26.95. This one reminds me of leaves, but it almost has a little bit more of an earthy feel to it. And that's probably because of the pumpkin that's in there, like the spiced pumpkin seeds. This one's nice. It's still very spicy. So if you feel like you are a spice person, like you like the cloves, the nutmeg, then this one you would probably like. But if you're really not into that at all, then maybe opt for something different, like possibly the cinnamon spiced vanilla. This one, it really is not that strong. I know it has the cinnamon on there, but this one, it's really, really light, like really light. I feel like this, I detect the vanilla more than cinnamon, to be honest. So you can opt for that, or something like the Honeycrisp apple if you're not into spices at all, but you still want something seasonal. So there are different options there. And I didn't even grab all of the seasonal options. There were so many, so many. I feel like they come out with even more than anyone could possibly imagine. But these were just the selected items that I chose. They even had blackberry, I think. So trust me, if you go on the website or if you go into the store, you have options. The last item that I have to share is a hand soap, and it is pumpkin apple. I usually always get the foaming hand soap just because I just personally like it better than some of the gel soaps. I don't know why. I feel like for some reason, to me, I smell the scent more and this pump lasts longer. I don't know, that's just me. So this one, it has red delicious apples, fall pumpkin, and clove buds. And it's got this cute little print of an apple and some leaves on it. And this one, if I can open it carefully, I can definitely smell like the appley smell and some cloves in there. So that'll be nice to put in my bathroom. And that is everything and more that I got from Bath & Body Works. That is just for autumn. Can't even imagine what's gonna happen for Christmas. I actually surprised myself last year. I only bought 2 candles for Christmas. Shocking. Autumn is my favorite time of year. So yeah, that was my little haul. I will again put the link in the description for the items that are still available, so grab them while you can.
Let's go, Mickey! Yay! Yes, let's go! Woo! No, that's so real, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Woo. Hey, hey. What are you doing here? Looks like a pirate in the sky. Wow. Pizza. No, get on. I'm a salt pizza. Oh, the blueberry. Yeah. Oh, hello. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, hey. Let's go, Rose. Woo.
Ya, ven, vénganse.
We are here again for the Gem Fair. It is pretty warm in Orange County, but thankfully being in Costa Mesa, we have a little bit of a cooler situation because we're closer to the beach. I'm not sure what we will find at the Gem Fair. I think they're also having like an Asian food market happening at the fairgrounds at the same time. I think I saw it on the news and there was a sign for it when we drove in, like the 626 market, but I don't think we'll be doing that today. Let's see what's happening at the August Gem Fair. So we're back in the car, as you can tell. I just took antihistamine.
Yep.
Because something hit me when we were in there, not physically, but something irritated me. I don't know if something got in my eye or just something in the air bothered me and my allergies, because my eye has been stinging and watering for the last half an hour, and even my right nostril was running, so Carl had to give me a tissue. But I don't know what it was. I don't recall rubbing my eyes. If anything, just pushing up my glasses, since they're still sliding down my face. But I don't know. After walking through so many times, it was just probably a good time to end it anyway. I got only 2 things, miraculously. Stuff that I wasn't planning on getting. I was on the hunt for rainbow moonstone, either like a palm stone or even a sphere. There aren't a lot of vendors or tables with crystals. I feel like for this fair, it's predominantly like beads, jewelry making, or even jewelry already made, that sort of stuff. And so you have a very small selection of options when it comes to actual crystals, and then just depending on who shows up, you have to see what they bring. They don't have everything under the sun. And so for the people who did have crystals at their tables, only a few, and like 2 actually had rainbow moonstone, but I wasn't feeling like, I didn't feel in love with any of the options that I saw. I wanted something that when you move it, it catches the light and you can definitely see that rainbow, just the glow that I feel like it should have, since it's in the name. I do have my rainbow moonstone ring that sometimes when I move it, it does a little bit catch a little bit of that light, and the rainbow is in there. But what I saw here, it didn't really have it. And even with putting the flashlight from my phone over the crystal, it was just barely there. So even though they had some selections, I just felt like I should love it, and it should be exactly what I'm looking for if I'm going to be spending my money.
Yeah, because there was one piece, a big sphere,
it was
that
massive.
did have that beautiful sheen on it, but it was $1,700.
$1,795. I'm pretty sure those are set prices, but what that vendor had was high quality. So of course, considering the size, kilograms, and the quality of that rainbow moonstone, of course he was going to get away with asking for a lot for that piece, but I just can't do that. But I did get, so the first thing, it's in a little baggie, but I got a palm stone blue rose quartz. I do already have this as like a tower, but I just thought it'd be cool to have this as a palm stone. Sometimes when I'm lying in bed, or just before I'm going to bed, if I feel overwhelmed, or if I just feel drawn to holding a crystal, I'll hold my palm stones more often than not. And one that I usually gravitate towards is my rose quartz. So it'd be nice to have like 2 different types of rose quartz crystals to hold one in each hand. And so I got a blue rose quartz. It does exist. So it's kind of like this, almost like lilac bluish gray, really pretty. So I got this one, and this I think was $14. So not too bad considering it's like a rare stone. And then the last thing that I got, wasn't looking for it, just some like fire and ice cracked tumbled stones, and for the whole bag it was $25. So I might put these like in a bowl. These I just instantly thought like ASMR, like just to have something to like even move in your hand, like those like Chinese medicine bowls. Just the soothing sound of like rocks clanking together. And they do have a little bit of like a rainbow inclusion. Yeah, thank you. There we go. Rainbow inclusions in there. So So that's all I got. And then Carl, what'd you get?
I got a couple things. So I did get a fossilized ammonite.
Mm.
Oh, there you go, dropping it.
Do not break it.
And does have a little bit of opalescent sheen on the back, you know, the outside edge, and then of course it's got the quartz crystallization on the inside, which is very cool. I got this, which is,
It was like Skullite.
yeah,
I took a picture of it.
of it.
I'll have to put
It was
it
something
down.
I hadn't heard of before, but it's got a cool like little lines to it, and all this almost like bird feet.
Bird tracks.
Yeah, like little bird tracks. So that's really cool. Got.
And I think these were all from the same
Yeah,
vendor.
these are all from the same vendor. I got, this is a nodule that has prehistoric algae, and this is from Morocco. I think everything from that vendor was from Morocco, except for a couple
interesting.
things.
I didn't know that.
Then I got this little tiny bear pendant.
Is it gonna focus?
It's probably not gonna focus. It's okay.
I don't know.
but it's I think forest agate.
Or maybe flower agate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. Nice.
So it's got a nice little shine and cool.
So this time Carl got more than I did. So yeah, that was our little trip, and I really did not vlog anything in there this time. For one thing, I was carrying a heavy bag, but also just with my health, I was dealing with some pain today, and also they still say no photography. And so I really don't want to ever, one, get in trouble, or two, offend anybody if they don't want their items, their store, anything getting out on the internet. And I want to be welcomed back to the fair every single time. So, like sometimes I record, sometimes I don't. So yeah, I just want to be respectful about that. But yeah, that's our little trip to the gem fair. We have our tickets again, since every time that ticket stub, if you keep it, it's your admittance for the next one, and the next one is here in October.
Yep.
We would just have to pay for parking, which is $12. So pretty cool. So yeah, now I'm not sure if we're going to go to Maggiano's for lunch. We'll see. But my pain is subsiding, and now I just have this allergy thing going on. But yeah, here we go.